Welcome to the Pop Culture Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the PC Breakdown with Joleen. But I'm not politically correct. That's me. Hey guys, welcome to the Pop Culture Breakdown with Joleen, where I break down stories in the news about maybe celebrity, maybe a little political, we don't know. Whatever seems to strike my fancy, that's what we'll talk about. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, give my video a like, and smash the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. But today we are going to be talking about the Jordyn Woods Kardashian drama that's been happening on the news. Unless you live under a rock, which if you do, tell me where that rock is, I'd like to move in. You probably know the name Jordyn Woods. Jordyn Woods is the best friend of Kylie Jenner, who is the youngest in the Kardashian-Jenner family. About a week ago, it was reported that Jordyn Woods, Kylie's BFF, and Khloe's baby daddy hooked up, and ever since, the internet has just been going crazy, and no one can think about anything else, even though there are far more important issues. No one can seem to focus on any of them, including myself. Today I saw Jordyn's Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. If you don't know about the Red Table Talk, check out Facebook. I will also put a link in the description of this video so you can check out exactly what I'm talking about. And that kind of inspired me to make this video. So basically, Jordyn Woods and the Smiths go way back. Will Smith was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Jordyn's dad worked on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they became fast friends, and so did their kids. Will's son introduced Jordyn and Kylie, who then became best friends, and they have been best friends for about a decade now. You can tell in this Red Table Talk that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith feel like an aunt and an uncle to Jordyn. It's kind of nice and refreshing because what we've seen on the internet, you guys, is everybody attacking Jordyn. And we see this happen so much with cheating scandals. We see the other woman getting attacked, and really the guy skates free. And I have a lot of problems with what is going on in this situation regarding Jordyn Woods. Now, in this interview, she did admit to kissing Tristan Thompson, but did not admit to being blackout drunk. She said she was drunk, but she was not blackout. She said that she and Tristan shared a kiss goodbye. It wasn't anything super intimate. There was no tongue involved. They've never slept together. They haven't been together for a month, which is all the things that have been reported in the media, and that she kept it to herself because she was afraid of adding more fuel to the fire of the Khloe and Tristan situation. And if you know anything about the Khloe and Tristan situation, you know that Tristan is a serial cheater. And I think that is the most important thing to remember in this situation, where it seems like Kim Kardashian, Khloe's friends, whether it be Malika, who I like a lot and enjoyed a lot on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, and then also I think her name's Larsa Pippen, have been coming for Jordyn on social media, and there's just been so much hate towards Jordyn. And yes, kissing Tristan Thompson, like she said she did, is not a good look, is not a good thing to do to your best friend's sister's baby daddy. However, during this interview, Jordyn, I don't know if this was a Freudian slip, if this just fell out of her mouth from the NDA agreement, if she meant to say this, but she referred to Tristan as Khloe's ex and baby daddy.
I'm not thinking I shouldn't be here.
Right.
And that's my first step where I went wrong. And how I would feel if someone close to me is hanging at my ex's house, or
yes,
the father of my child. I didn't think about that. That's the first part of the problem.
So you're saying, you're saying I shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah, that's the first step. Is I should have gone home after the party. I shouldn't even have been there.
Right.
I'm gonna put a lot of money on the fact, and I don't really have a lot of money, but if I did, I'd put a lot of money on the fact that Khloe and Tristan were probably on the outs before Jordyn even came into the picture. Because if you know their history, like I said, Tristan is a serial cheater. He's cheated on 2 of his babies' mothers while they were in their 3rd trimester of pregnancy. That's disgusting. He's trash. Yet we are going so hard on this 21-year-old woman. Now, I'm not saying she's absolved of any guilt. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying when things become a pattern like Tristan has proved, that's when I think you should go on the attack. But for this 21-year-old who literally in this interview said people are attacking her family, talking about her deceased father, that her younger siblings can't go to work and can't go to school, and her mom can't leave the house, because there are so many trolls out there and people that I've just seen through scrolling through her Instagram and scrolling through Twitter who want to crucify this young woman. Now, I think Red Table Talk was a perfect opportunity for her to talk about the situation, and Jada prefaced it beautifully, saying, if you are someone who has never sinned in their life and can't relate to a young woman making a drunken mistake, then maybe this isn't for you. And that's what I would say to all the grown women over 30 who are coming for this 21-year-old woman. Calm down. I think we need to remember people in glass houses. Now, we know the Kardashians, they have their own issues, things that have went on with men. There's also lots of rumors of, Khloe starting her relationship with Tristan while he was with his ex and she was pregnant. Now, I'm not saying this is a way of saying that Khloe deserves to be cheated on, because I don't think anyone deserves to be cheated on. However, I don't think it's right for grown women to be online trolling this young woman who clearly has admitted to making a mistake. I also don't think this should be national news for us to know about. We all know Tristan Thompson is trash, and if it wasn't Jordyn, it was going to happen with someone else. He has a pattern. He has set a pattern. He has told the world, this is who I am. I am a cheater. I am a man who cheats while the woman I supposedly am with or in love with is pregnant. I'm out there. There's multiple videos of this. There's proof. There's evidence. Yet Khloe wanted to stay with this man. So the fact that he has cheated again is not surprising to anyone. And I think to have this young woman, Jordyn, dragged through the mud because she kissed him or whatever happened between them, I don't think that's necessarily right. It seems like she is coming forward and apologizing. Some people don't feel that way. I watched the interview and I felt that she was genuinely sorry. Before we go throwing stones at Jordyn Woods on social media, we all have to remember, especially us grown women, what we were like when we were 21.
As women, we've all let our little girl behavior get us into some grown woman mess.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of a mess because I was 21 and I was partying, I was drinking, and that's a situation that Jordyn explained perfectly. They were out at the club and they went to the after party. And people are like, who stays at someone's house until 7 in the morning? Well, I remember doing that when I was 21. I don't know what you guys were doing. Maybe you guys had your shit together and you were doing the right thing, but I know I wasn't. I was choosing fun over responsibility. I can honestly say that I made mistakes when I was 21 years old and when I was younger as a drinker. I think we don't always make the best decisions when we're drinking or when we're that age because it's very young. And as a woman now in my 30s, I can look back and go, okay, yeah, I can relate to that because I've been cheated on and I've also cheated on someone. And I can tell you, I'd rather be cheated on 1,000,000 times than cheat on someone because the hurt you cause someone, you never forget that pain. But I feel like they're using this young woman as a scapegoat for Khloe to have a reason to really leave her relationship because she put a lot on the line and she put it all out there on television and people were looking at her like, why are you staying with him? You should run for the hills. I mean, when you're that far along pregnant, about to give birth to your first child, he decides to go out and make out with multiple people and have sex with people and be filmed with people and embarrass you when he should be next to you at such an important point in your life. Like, Khloe, you deserved better. The woman before Khloe deserved better. I think probably everyone who's dated Tristan Thompson deserves better. But I can't co-sign the media or the public or the Kardashians using this young woman as a scapegoat. I think it's very unfair. I think a lot of the facts in the story don't necessarily make sense. Like, why is Tristan partying with women at a club and then back at his house and having regular after parties when he is a father and supposed to be with Khloe Kardashian? That makes me think maybe they're not necessarily together, and there's probably been other women since the pregnancy cheating that he has cheated with. If anyone should be being dragged online, it should be him. Quit dragging the women, start dragging Tristan Thompson. I like Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk because it reminded people to be empathetic. Jordyn also said she knows for a fact that she is not the reason that their family broke up. Here's the deal. Tristan Thompson should have stepped up to the plate. If he really wants to be with Khloe Kardashian, he shouldn't be out partying with random women on weeknights, weekends, whatever. Put in that time with your kids. However, instead of holding Tristan accountable, it seems like Khloe went to her Twitter and she attacked Jordyn Woods after watching her Red Table Talk. In her tweet, she says, why are you lying, Jordyn Woods? If you're going to try to save yourself by going public, instead of calling me privately to apologize first, at least be honest about your story. By the way, you are the reason my family broke up. I think that is very irresponsible for Khloe Kardashian to tweet. And I know she's at a time where she's feeling vulnerable and fragile and hurt, and I get that. I'm not taking away from her hurt. But Khloe Kardashian has a huge audience, and this can be very detrimental to Jordyn Woods. I think this just kind of encourages people to go attack her. If you watch the Red Table Talk, she was very respectful when she talked about Khloe. I think she was the most respectful she could be. She even talked about how some of the public is unable to be empathetic and feel for Khloe at all because of the position she's in, and with a lot of people saying, you get what you deserve, you put it out, you did that previously, so I don't feel bad for you. And she said that's not fair. She feels that people should feel bad for Khloe. I mean, Jordyn is so much more emotionally evolved than Tristan Thompson's garbage behind. So I do not understand why we have to drag Jordyn. A lot of people on Twitter then called Khloe out for this, to which Khloe replied, Tristan is equally to blame, but Tristan is the father of my child. Regardless of what he does to me, I won't do that to my daughter. He has been addressing the situation privately. If Tristan were to lie publicly about what conspired, then yes, I would address him publicly as well. However, Tristan did tweet right after this happened, and he tweeted fake news when all this came out for the first time. And I don't believe that was addressed publicly. It just seems like Khloe is trying to protect her daughter's father, but you know what, Khloe? You can't, because he can't even protect himself. All this stuff your daughter, unfortunately, is going to be able to see. So is his other child. You can't protect Tristan Thompson. He just can't stay away from other people's vaginas. What you can do is show your daughter a good example of someone who isn't going to drag another woman. Ultimately, Tristan Thompson owed you more than Jordyn Woods. Yes, Jordyn Woods was best friend with your sister. Yes, she was in your family, but she's actually coming forward and saying she's sorry and she never meant to hurt you. And she says she's texted you and she's saying all these things. She's saying, set me up to a lie detector test. I mean, she's putting it out there more than I've ever seen Tristan Thompson put it out there. And this is only after her and her family have been attacked and harassed online that she feels like she needs to speak up. So she went to someone who feels like family to her, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, who are standing by her and letting her tell her story while also holding her accountable for her actions. That is what should happen when we screw up. I realize you're at a very vulnerable, hurt spot right now, so it's hard to see that kind of perspective, but I just think that anything we can do to kind of curtail encouraging trolls and people to attack this young woman and her family online is the best thing we can do as women for each other. Show your daughter that representation, because the real trash box in this situation is Tristan Thompson. He's shown a pattern. So far, Jordyn hasn't. If we find out Jordyn is a serial cheater, she has a pattern of this, she goes in and just breaks up happy homes, then I'm wrong. But right now, it's not showing that she has a pattern of this. It's showing a young woman who got drunk, made a mistake, has been involved in this family, didn't want to hurt them, but she made a mistake. Yes, it was a bad mistake, but we all make mistakes. Forgiveness does take time, but in the meantime, I don't think that we need to drag her down any farther than she's already been dragged. Honestly, no one in this entire situation is without guilt, and I think we need to remember that. So I implore all the other grown people out there who will want to get on social media and hate on Jordyn Woods to not do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. This is something that should have been dealt with in private, but unfortunately there's a reality show attached to it, and there's media, and there's money, and when there's dollar signs, like my dad always says, follow the money, and we're following the money all the way to E and the premiere of the Kardashians. If you are sitting there and you're like, I'm so pissed at this woman I don't know for apparently kissing, possibly hooking up with this guy who's a known cheater, I need to get on social media and tell her horrible things about herself, stop yourself and realize that there are other situations going on in the world, things that are more important. Why don't you do something positive for yourself and your community? Do you know who your local congressperson is? Do you know who represents you in your district? Look that up. See if you can message them about some of the horrible things that are going on across our country. Maybe we could remember that Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water. Maybe we could contact one of our congresspeople or the president about issues such as this. Or maybe you could go online and research something that's actually important, like the homelessness crisis in Los Angeles and how the population of homeless people has skyrocketed, and those are real issues and real Americans without homes, real Americans without clean water. Now I know celebrity news can be a lot of fun. I'm guilty of it myself too. It's kind of like an escape. There's so much serious things that are happening around us, so you want an escape, and that's fine. You can have that escape, read these articles, but don't go harassing and threatening people online. Don't put that kind of negative energy out into the world. Do something more positive or focus on issues that really matter. I'm just so glad that I am older, much older than Jordyn, and I was 21 and drinking in a time before people recorded and reported on everything you said or did, and before Snapchat and before Instagram and before these things could ruin your life. Now they're just bad memories that I remember in my head, which is bad enough. So I'm sure some of you watching this video didn't agree with anything I said, and that's fine. But really, I think women need to unite rather than separate and attack each other over some guy. That's not worth it. He's not worth it. Chloe, you made a mistake. Jordyn, you made a mistake. Unfortunately, a lot of people paid for these mistakes, but they're mistakes. And now we can grow, we can move on, but keep the sisterhood of the traveling pants going. That's what I'm saying. Like Tristan Thompson, start his pants on fire, but keep the sisterhood of the traveling pants, which now seems a little weird to say since we're talking about cheating and him not being able to keep his wiener in his pants. But I hope some kind of resolution happens in this story. I hope that somehow they're able to forgive Jordyn. Jordyn learns from her mistake and she's able to go on and live a life because she's just a young woman and she deserves that. And Tristan, literally like duct tape your dick down, like put it, just throw it away, just donate it to science so we can figure out how to not make any more men that just can't seem to keep it in their pants. And let's just hope that this is Tristan's last chance with the Kardashians. And for other women out there, you've seen what he does. You don't want any part of that. Tristan Thompson, you can stay in the NBA, but it's time to retire your wiener. It's doing too much thinking for you. You need to use a little bit of this. Can't just be the ween. Can't just always like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna ruin lives now. That's my take on the whole Jordyn Woods, Tristan Thompson, Red Talk Table conversation. That's my breakdown of it all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, just keep scrolling and I'll see you later and you can find someone else that you like, probably on YouTube, that has a similar opinion to yours. Don't forget to find me on my social media. My Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter are all in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another pop culture breakdown with Joleen. Have a great day. Bye.